A Week 7 matchup between the Okanagan Sun and the Valley Huskers, and their two head coaches joining me now, and Bob Reist and Ben McCauley. And Bob, we'll start with you. The Langley Rams have been the only team that's been able to beat you so far this season. What is it about that matchup? Is it something there? Is it the way you guys have just played against them? What do you see in those two losses against them?
Obviously they're a very talented football team. Their playmakers have caused us some problems. And again, I think it's partly, us failing to execute assignments. But again, all credit to them. They're a very good football team. They've obviously provided us with a very tough matchup this year. And, hopefully we get a chance to see that matchup again.
Ben, breaking news out of the Apple Bowl is your mustache is gone. I mean, we got to lead with that. This is the biggest news story of the week in the BCFC. What's with the change?
That's why we got the win, Dom. Can't really think of any other reason why, but decided to change up. I was getting too many food particles stuck in there. So,
Bob, this changes everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's we got to prepare for that now for sure.
In all seriousness, Ben, a huge win for you guys, and a win that I think some people consider an upset around the league. I mean, is it one that you view as, hey, that was a win that was almost an upset, or do you guys, think, hey, we did exactly what we should have done there?
Well, I think in this league, as anyone who's paying attention at all can probably tell, is that every win in this league this year is a quality win. And, certainly having won against the team that's sitting in first place is important. But, we've got another important one this weekend, no bigger than the last one, but no smaller either. So, it was great for us to come out and play a home game and play, a well-rounded game on all three phases. But we still have some work to do, and wasn't our best football yet. And I think that's what's in store is, we can only get better.
Bob, for your football team, I know it's all about progression, building, 4-2, but you haven't achieved anything on your sort of to-do list at this point. Is your team progressing, that sort of week-to-week progression, installing the right plays and all that, the good stuff that coaches like to talk about? Are you seeing that from your group as you come out to practice now for Week 7?
Yeah, certainly big picture, we're progressing as a program, from where we started this, last year and then moving on to this year and continuing to progress. I think when you break it down by this season alone, have we been steadily progressing? No, I think we progress and we'll take a step back and we'll progress. And we got to learn how to be more consistent in our progression and continue to progress each and every day. And that's something that we've been trying to instill in these guys from the beginning of the season, that, hey, like, you're going to get successes. You got to be able to stay balanced and continue to be successful and not take a step back. So I think that's kind of where we're at right now is, looking for some consistency in that progression.
Ben, the Valley Huskers got the better of you guys earlier on in this season. The teams have changed. Of course, everything's, different now. We're several weeks down the line, but what are you drawing from that original loss to the Huskers earlier this year that needs to be different or needs to be focused on as you come into this matchup this weekend?
Well, it's pretty simple for us. It's execution. I don't think we did anything poorly on defense. I think they got a couple of early scores on us, and by the time we found our footing, it was too little, too late. I think we have the ability to make plays on all three phases, but that being said, there's a very good football team we're playing against with a lot of offensive weapons and a lot of guys on defense. Defensive backfield is one of the best in the league, if not the best. So, we have to be prepared to execute, and that's where we fell short last time.
Bob, I think a lot of people, when you look at the schedule, say you guys have one of the tougher roads, if not the toughest road, between Week 7 and Week 10. You and West Shore are the only teams that don't get a chance to play the Broncos anymore down the stretch of this season. Is that a way that you look at it as well, that, we got a real challenge ahead of us here?
Well, for sure. I think if you had asked me, in Week 1, if we had the toughest schedule, everybody would have told you we had the toughest schedule then. We got to prepare for tough football games all the way through, and we've had to do that, up until this point. And everybody plays everybody to say we don't have Kamloops anymore. Well, we got our wins, where we needed to get them. And then the other teams still have football to play in that sense too. So, Kamloops is not a gimme. I wouldn't give them that. But obviously we need to prepare for some very good football teams down the stretch. We play a lot of games on the road. So obviously it is a difficult stretch of games, but we've looked at this whole season as a difficult stretch of games. So, I think we continue to prepare the way we prepare, and prepare for the team at hand, and that's the Okanagan Sun this week.
Ben, if you think of a guy or a part of the game that the Valley Huskers have that you have to absolutely stop or focus on or be a part of your game plan, what is it?
Well, it's hard to pick one, but certainly it starts with the quarterback. He gets his hands on the ball, no matter what kind of pressure. He stands tall and he can deliver quickly. And they got some great timing stuff going on, timing routes, and that's tough to defend. You got to give it up. You got to give up something, and that's what we've had to give up in the past. I think Dick goes up and he can make a play just about on any ball. And of course, Poulin's all over the place as well, and he's shifty and he's fast, and I think that's kind of a three-headed monster that we're dealing with there. I think we match up fairly well, but we have to play every single down of football.
What about you, Bob? How do you sort of have to approach the Sun as maybe the top priority to look at and focus on?
Certainly we're preparing for a quarterback that we haven't seen before. He wasn't there the first time we played. And obviously their defense is a problem. They're an outstanding defense. They get a lot of pressure, and they do a very good job of limiting your success offensively. So we got to find a way to game plan against that and try to, make sure we are successful. And obviously we need a better job on special teams than the last time we played these guys as well. They're an outstanding unit there as well. So they're a team that creates a lot of problems offensively, defensively. And we got to get into it on film and then be prepared.
I have to say, you two, at the same time, are probably two of the most serious, all business coaches when I hit record on these interviews. You guys are no messing around, so I appreciate that, and it comes through in the way your teams play as well. So thanks for your time, guys, and I really do appreciate it. Have fun this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dom.